Welcome to the second part of the video. Let's continue from where we left. This chapter will change how you view discipline. You'll learn why most fail to stay consistent, how to reprogram your brain to crave discipline instead of distractions, and how to build a system that ensures follow-through even when quitting feels easier. Master this and you'll become unstoppable. 1. Why motivation is misleading and keeps you stuck. Most think their problem is discipline, but really it's a motivation addiction. They believe they must feel inspired to act. I'll start working out when I'm ready. I'll work on my business when I'm in the mood. I'll wake early when I have more energy. That's why they never succeed. Motivation is temporary, comes and goes. One day you're ready to conquer the world. The next, you don't want to get out of bed. If your success depends on feeling motivated, failure is certain. The truth: people who achieve greatness don't rely on motivation. They operate on discipline, doing what they said they would, whether they feel like it or not. Think about it. Top athletes don't skip practice because they don't feel like it. Successful entrepreneurs don't stop working on tough days. They show up every day, no matter how they feel, because success comes from consistency, not emotion. If you've been waiting for motivation before acting, you've been playing the wrong game. Success is a habit, not a mood. Habits form through discipline. 2. How to reprogram your brain to crave discipline instead of avoiding it. Most see discipline as painful and avoid it. But what if you could train your brain to desire discipline? Instead of running from hard work, you'd actually seek it out. Become hooked on discipline by training your brain to crave it. Here's how it works. Your brain naturally seeks pleasure and avoids pain. Right now, whenever you procrastinate, skip exercise, or give in to distractions, your brain rewards you with a small dopamine hit. That's why scrolling through social media feels better than working on your goals. But the issue is your brain is rewarding the wrong behaviors. To build unbreakable discipline, you must rewire your brain's reward system. You need to start linking pain to laziness and pleasure to discipline. Here's how. 1. Use the immediate consequence technique. Your brain responds only when consequences feel immediate. Currently, missing a workout might not seem serious. But if missing a session meant paying a friend $100, you'd suddenly want to show up. Create a system where failing to stay disciplined costs you something meaningful. 2. See discomfort as growth. Instead of fearing hard work, view it as a sign you're improving. When things get tough, remind yourself this is how progress feels. It's how you rise above the average. When you connect discomfort with growth, discipline becomes a challenge you enjoy, not a burden. 3. Celebrate discipline itself, not just results. Most people reward themselves only when hitting big goals. To truly become addicted to discipline, celebrate the act of showing up consistently, not just the outcome. Each time you follow through, acknowledge your strength. Build your identity around being someone who always delivers. When you adopt these mindset shifts, discipline stops feeling like a task and starts feeling like personal power. And that's when you become unstoppable. 3. The ultimate discipline system. How to follow through no matter what. The most disciplined people don't rely on willpower alone. They use systems that make discipline automatic. To guarantee you stick to your goals every time, build a system that removes decision fatigue, cuts distractions, and makes success inevitable. Here's how. 1. Eliminate decision fatigue. Every choice to act opens the door to excuses. The fix? Remove decision-making altogether. Schedule workouts, work, or study sessions at the same time daily. Make it a rule, not a choice. 2. Use the 5-minute rule. Starting is often the hardest part. Trick your brain by committing to just 5 minutes. Once you begin, momentum will carry you forward. 3. Create a no-negotiation policy. Highly disciplined people have non-negotiable rules. Decide ahead what you will always do, no matter how you feel. For example, never skip 2 days in a row. Always wake up at 6 a.m. Always keep your promises. 4. Set up accountability triggers. It's easy to slack off when no one's watching. Find a system that holds you accountable, whether it's a coach, a friend checking in, or a public commitment that risks your reputation. When you implement these systems, discipline becomes automatic. Success then depends not on fleeting motivation but on your consistent commitment. If you're willing to show up every day, no matter what, you'll achieve things most never will. The question is, will you choose discipline or remain stuck in inconsistency? The choice is yours, but remember, your future depends on it. Chapter 10. The Power of Relentless Execution. How to act like a machine and accomplish in months what others take years to do. You set goals. You plan. You think about what you want. But here's the question. How much of what you planned has actually been done? How much closer are you today to your dream than 6 months or a year ago? If the answer is not much, the reason you're struggling isn't that you lack intelligence or desire. It's that your level of execution isn't enough to win. The biggest misconception people tell themselves is that they're working hard. But if you look closely, most are just thinking about working hard. Making lists, reading books, watching videos, and drowning in endless research, while avoiding the one thing that truly produces results: relentless execution. Think about those who achieve extraordinary success. The entrepreneurs building million-dollar companies from nothing, the athletes dominating their sports, the artists producing masterpiece after masterpiece. Do you really believe they have some secret edge you don't? The truth is, they simply execute at a level most won't. They don't waste time. They don't overthink. They don't wait for perfection. They take massive, persistent action repeatedly until they succeed. This chapter will transform how you approach taking action forever. If you've been stuck in procrastination, busy but unproductive, working hard without seeing real progress, what you need isn't more knowledge. It's an execution system. A way to take extreme action consistently so that results become inevitable. By the time you finish reading, you'll have the blueprint. Now let's get started. 1. The 3 deadly traps that keep you stuck in inaction. Most people fail to execute because they fall into one of 3 traps. These traps feel like work, so they trick you into thinking you're making progress, but in reality, they hold you back. Trap 1, the learning loop. You tell yourself you need to learn more before you start. So you read another book, watch another tutorial, take another course. While learning is valuable, the problem is you never actually move into action. You keep collecting information, waiting for the perfect moment to begin, which never comes. True learning happens through doing. Stop consuming. Start acting. Trap 2. The perfectionist delay. You convince yourself you can't start because it's not perfect. You want to launch your business, but your website isn't ready. You want to post content, but your videos aren't professional enough. You tweak endlessly, forgetting that perfect is the enemy of done. Nothing will ever be flawless. The fastest way to win is to start imperfectly and improve as you go. Trap 3. The distraction addiction. You say you'll work after a quick phone check, but 30 minutes disappear. You try to focus, but your brain craves dopamine hits. You check email, scroll social media, watch just one more video, and suddenly the whole day is gone. Your attention is hijacked. Without focus, execution is impossible. If you don't control your environment, it controls you. If you see yourself in these traps, don't worry. You're not alone. But now you have no excuse. Awareness is step 1. Now it's time to break free. 2. The relentless execution system, how to take massive action every day. Top achievers don't wait for motivation or rely on willpower alone. They have systems that guarantee execution no matter what. To work at peak productivity, follow the step-by-step system and watch how much you accomplish. Step 1. Ruthless prioritization, the 80-20 power move. Not all tasks are equal. Execution isn't about doing more, but doing the right things with intense focus. Most waste 80% of their time on low-impact tasks. Use the 80-20 rule. Identify the 20% of actions that produce 80% of results. Cut or delegate the rest. Attack your highest impact work obsessively. Each morning, ask, if I could do only one thing today, what would move me most forward? Then do that first. Step 2. The no 0 days rule. Momentum matters. Stop even for a day and it's harder to restart. Never let a day go by without progress, even if it's only 10 minutes. Small daily steps build huge long-term results. Step 3. Time blocking domination. Most fail because they rely on to-do lists, not schedules. High performers don't find time, they make time. Set fixed daily blocks for deep work and treat them like unbreakable appointments. Remove all distractions, no phone, no social media, no interruptions. If you don't schedule execution, it won't happen. Step 4. The 2-minute rule to beat procrastination. When you resist starting, tell yourself, I'll do this for 2 minutes. Begin writing, exercising, or working for just 2 minutes. Once you start, momentum kicks in, and 99% of the time you keep going. Step 5. Win the morning, win the day. Your first hour sets your entire day. Instead of reaching for your phone, use mornings to move your body, work out, stretch, walk. Plan your priorities and start with your most important task before checking email or social media. Start strong and execution becomes easier. 3. How to keep going when you want to quit. There will be days you feel unmotivated, progress is slow, and doubt creeps in. That's when most quit. But winners keep going anyway. How? By knowing discipline is a muscle. The more you push through resistance, the stronger it gets. On tough days, lean on your system. Don't negotiate. Just show up. Feel unmotivated? Do the first 2 minutes. Overwhelmed? Simplify. Focus only on the most important task. Want to quit? Remember why you began. Every time you push through, you rewire your brain to become a person who acts regardless of circumstances. When that identity forms, nothing can stop you. You now hold the ultimate execution system. You know how to escape procrastination, prioritize what matters, and act at a level most won't. But none of it matters unless you use it. Success won't come from what you've read. It will come from what you do next. The question: will you act today or stay stuck? The choice is yours. Remember, your future is waiting. Chapter 11: The Mental Toughness Blueprint. How to build an unshakable mindset that guarantees success. Let's be honest. Most people fail not due to lack of intelligence or opportunity, but because they are mentally fragile. When challenges arise, they crumble. When obstacles block the way, they quit. When results don't come fast enough, they get discouraged and give up. That's why they stay stuck. Dream after dream, failure after failure. Look around. Most people aren't living their ideal life. They settle, struggle, and make excuses. But every successful person you admire has faced hardships, setbacks, and pain. The difference: they didn't break. They didn't let emotions control them. They didn't let fear stop them. They didn't let failure define them. If you want elite success, if you want to accomplish what 99% never will, you need a mindset that cannot be broken. You need mental toughness so strong nothing shakes you. No failure, no rejection, no self-doubt. The world doesn't care about excuses. It only rewards results. This chapter will teach you how to build mental resilience, handle pressure, eliminate doubt, and push through the hardest moments. By the end, you'll have the tools to become unstoppable, but only if you use them. People often want life to be easy. They want instant success, quick rewards, and immediate results. But the reality is, nothing truly great happens without effort and struggle. Growth only comes from overcoming challenges. The strongest individuals aren't those who faced the easiest paths. They're the ones who endured hardship and kept pushing forward. If you avoid challenges, you'll remain weak. The key to mental strength is learning to embrace discomfort, seeking out challenges, and training yourself to welcome struggle, because that's where real strength is formed. Mistake 2: letting emotions dictate actions. Many people act only when motivated. If they're tired, they sleep in. If unmotivated, they procrastinate. If something feels uncomfortable, they quit. But feelings don't matter. Success doesn't care if you're tired, stressed, or scared. What counts is what you do despite those feelings. Mistake 3: breaking under pressure instead of rising above it. When problems arise, the weak complain, make excuses, and blame their situation. Mentally strong people take responsibility. They don't waste time feeling sorry or seeking sympathy. They see challenges as tests and pass them by showing up and doing the work, no matter what. If you recognize these errors in yourself, it's time to change. Mental toughness isn't just enduring hardship. It's becoming someone who thrives under pressure. How to develop an unbreakable mindset. Mental strength is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it grows. To build an unshakable mind, you must cultivate habits, views, and beliefs that keep you steady no matter what. Step 1. Face pain without complaint. Pain is unavoidable, but how you react is your choice. Weak people complain and feel sorry. Tough people accept pain because it makes them stronger. Next time you experience discomfort, physical, emotional, or mental, lean into it rather than avoiding it. Step 2. Master your thoughts before they control you. Your mind is your most powerful tool and your biggest enemy. The thoughts you allow shape your actions, confidence, and success. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do this," or "this is too hard," you program yourself to fail. Instead, change your inner voice with affirmations like, "I don't quit when it's tough, I grow stronger," or "I control my emotions." Retrain your mind to expect success, and you'll begin to achieve it. Step 3. Deliberately face tough situations. Avoiding discomfort keeps you weak. To grow strong, expose yourself to challenges daily. Take cold showers, push harder in workouts, work longer hours, wake early. Every time you conquer difficulty, you build mental armor. Step 4. Create an unshakable self-identity. The strongest don't just act tough, they believe they are. They see themselves as warriors who never back down. If you want mental strength, craft a self-image that matches, "I never quit. I'm relentless. I thrive under pressure." When you change your identity, your actions will follow. How to stay strong when life hits hard. Life will test you with setbacks, failures, heartbreak, and rejection. Many break, but you won't, because now you know pain is part of growth. Quitting is not an option. You have all you need to keep going. When things get tough, remember why you started. Every challenge you overcome brings you closer to your goals. Keep pushing, because that's what mentally strong people do. There are two types of people: those who let fear and struggle defeat them, making excuses and settling for less, and those who refuse to break, take responsibility, develop resilience, and succeed. Which will you be? Mental toughness is a choice. Choose wisely. Mastery isn't for the faint-hearted. It's for those who are completely obsessed. The hard truth about mastery, and why most people never reach it, is that it's a tough, demanding journey. It's not thrilling or glamorous. Instead, it's repetitive, boring, and often frustrating work that requires years of focused dedication. In a world addicted to instant results, few are willing to commit to that kind of effort. Many desire success, but don't want to endure the slow, tedious process to get there. They want the rewards but aren't willing to put in long hours honing their craft alone. They want praise but won't do the work behind closed doors. That's why most never become truly great. Here's the reality. Success is not a given. You must earn it through relentless effort. If you aren't ready to outwork 99% of others, you'll remain average, lost in the crowd and forgettable. Mastery demands a total shift in your mindset. Instead of chasing fast wins, focus on the long haul. Instead of waiting for motivation, build discipline. Instead of expecting quick results, fall in love with the process itself. The only way to master anything is to dedicate yourself with an intensity others might call crazy. And if that intimidates you, good mastery isn't for everyone. It's only for those willing to do whatever it takes. The Mastery Blueprint: how to become the best in your field. If you truly want to be world-class, you need a clear plan. Working hard isn't enough. You need a proven system for building skills and pushing beyond where most stop. Step 1. Choose your obsession and commit fully. Many fail because they try to master too many things at once, spreading their focus thin. The greatest achievers obsess over one pursuit for years. Pick your craft, your industry, your skill, and vow to master it. Once chosen, cut out distractions and hobbies that don't support your goal. Every action should bring you closer to mastery. Step 2. Master the basics before advancing. Most stumble by skipping fundamentals, chasing advanced techniques before truly mastering the core. Every top performer, whether in business, sports, or art, is obsessed with fundamentals. Before innovating or adding your own twist, drill the basics until they're second nature. This means thousands of hours practicing details and constantly improving. But mastery doesn't stop there. You must then push beyond what's been done, study the best, and find ways to surpass them. The top 1% don't just imitate, they innovate. Step 3. Build a rigorous training routine and stick to it. Mastery requires a daily practice schedule aimed at constant improvement. Focus deliberately on weaknesses and keep repeating until they become strengths. The best repeat the same drills thousands of times until perfection feels automatic. Seek brutal feedback, learn from mentors, and aggressively fix flaws. Mastery isn't talent. It's showing up every day and doing the work most won't. Step 4. Cultivate relentless discipline and keep growing. Many stop improving once they hit a comfortable level, but true mastery demands lifelong progress. Ask yourself daily, what did I learn? What weaknesses am I fixing? How can I push past limits? The world's best never stop learning or refining. They treat every day like it's day one. Mastery is harsh, demanding, and obsessive. Most won't endure it, and that's why most will never be great. But you aren't most people. If you've read this far, you know you're capable of more. You weren't born to be average. You have the potential to be truly world-class. The only question is, are you ready to do what it takes? Most won't. They'll settle, give up when it's tough, and choose comfort. But you won't. Mastery is waiting. Now go earn it. Chapter 13. The 1% Rule: How Tiny Daily Improvements Make You Unstoppable. What if everything you've been taught about success is wrong? The highest achievers, the top 1% in business, sports, science, and creativity, don't reach their peak through overnight transformations or sudden talent. Their mind-blowing skills come from something much simpler. Many believe success comes from massive action. Huge leaps, working harder all at once. While effort matters, that's not the real key. The secret is subtle, often ignored, the 1% rule. The idea is straightforward: improve by just 1% every day, and over time results explode. Small, consistent effort compounds, building on itself until you're far ahead of others. But most never apply this. They want fast results, quit after a few days without progress, and fail. Success isn't about one-time bursts. It's about daily habits, even when no one's watching. By the end of this chapter, you'll know exactly how to use the 1% rule. You'll have a step-by-step plan to master skills, build discipline, and gain unstoppable momentum. Commit to this, and your life will change forever. Why small daily gains beat big bursts. Many fail at self-improvement because they aim too high too fast. They believe in extreme efforts, 10-hour days pushing to exhaustion. This isn't sustainable. Think of New Year's resolutions. Lots of motivation at first, but burnout within weeks because they rely on drive, not habits. Compare that to someone improving just 1% daily, maybe working out 5 minutes or reading a page at first. Seems small, but they do it consistently without fail. After a year, they're 37 times better than when they started. After 2 years, hundreds of times better. After 5, unrecognizable. This is the power of compounding. Top performers don't become great overnight. They build skills little by little, every day, until they reach levels most can't imagine. The lesson: forget quick fixes. Focus on small, consistent actions. The results will surprise you. The science of compounding. Why tiny improvements matter. To understand the 1% rule, look at compounding in finance. If you invest $100 growing 1% daily, it doesn't just add $1 each day. The new total earns 1% the next day, and so on. This leads to exponential growth. Small changes accumulate into massive gains. The same applies to skills, knowledge, and habits. Improving 1% today, then 1% more tomorrow, multiplies your ability over time. Many people depend on sudden bursts of motivation. They push hard one day, then slack off the next. They cram study sessions instead of learning a little consistently. They try extreme diets instead of adopting small, sustainable habits. Then they wonder why long-term success always seems out of reach. The truth is, massive but inconsistent effort rarely works. What truly matters is steady persistence. Reading 10 pages daily beats cramming 100 pages once a month. Doing 10 push-ups every day beats hitting the gym just once a week. Writing 100 words daily beats waiting for a sudden rush of inspiration to write a whole chapter. This is the strength of the 1% rule. It builds unstoppable momentum without burnout. How to use the 1% rule to change your life, step by step. Step 1. Choose one area to focus on. Trying to improve everything at once leads to overwhelm and failure. Instead, pick one key skill or habit that will have the biggest impact on your life. Ask yourself, what skill would give me the best return? Which habit would change everything if I mastered it? Where am I weakest? And how can I turn that into strength? Commit to improving that by 1% every day. Step 2. Set a tiny daily goal. Make the action so small it's impossible to fail. If you want to read more, commit to just 1 page a day. If fitness is your goal, start with 5 push-ups. If writing, aim for just 50 words daily. The secret is making the habit effortless so skipping it feels silly. Step 3. Track progress and stay consistent. Use a journal, app, or habit tracker to monitor your streak. Seeing progress builds motivation and reinforces the routine. If you miss a day, don't miss 2. Get right back on track. Consistency matters more than intensity. Treat it like brushing your teeth. Part of daily life. Step 4. Let improvements compound. As momentum builds, increase the challenge gradually. From 1 push-up to 5, 10 words to 100, 1 page to 10. Grow steadily until your progress becomes unstoppable. Right now, you face a choice. Keep chasing shortcuts and quick fixes like most, or commit to the 1% rule, the method behind the world's greatest minds, athletes, and entrepreneurs. The next year will pass regardless. Where will you be in 365 days? It depends on whether you get just 1% better every day. Chapter 14. The Ultimate Edge: Staying Ahead for Life. Let's be honest. Getting ahead is one thing, but staying ahead is what truly sets the great apart from the forgotten. Look around, many people taste success only to slip back into mediocrity. Athletes who shine for a season then disappear. Entrepreneurs who build million-dollar companies then lose it all. Creators who rise fast then fade away. Why? Because they got comfortable. They stopped doing what made them winners. They reached a level and thought, I've arrived. That's when decline begins. They stopped learning, stopped pushing, stopped improving. If you want to avoid being a fleeting success and instead stay ahead of 99% of people for life, know this: complacency is your enemy. The moment growth stops, decay begins. This final chapter isn't just about winning. It's about maintaining your place at the top. It's about becoming someone who never fades, never slows, never stops leveling up. If you take these lessons to heart, you'll never fear falling behind or losing momentum. Real success isn't just about reaching the summit. It's about remaining there. Why most people lose their edge. After success, many switch from a growth mindset to maintenance. Instead of playing to win, they play not to lose. They settle for past achievements instead of pushing forward. They ease off the gas and slowly fall behind. Look at the truly dominant. Athletes who lead for decades, billionaires who build multiple empires, thinkers who stay relevant generation after generation. What do they share? They never stop reinventing. LeBron James stayed elite by evolving his game and outworking younger players. Elon Musk keeps pushing into new frontiers. Warren Buffett still reads daily well into his 90s. They never got comfortable. They never stopped growing. That's why they never lost their edge. To stay ahead of 99% forever, treat every day as if you're still climbing. The forever student mindset. Keep growing always. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you start to fall behind. The key to lifelong success is to keep learning, evolving, and challenging yourself. How? Stay curious. Ask questions. Challenge the status quo. Surround yourself with people who push you. If you're always the smartest in the room, find a new room. Never lean on past success. The world changes and so must you. Embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Treat every day like day one of your journey. Discipline of high performers, relentless consistency. Many can work hard briefly. Few sustain insane discipline for life. That's why most fade into mediocrity. Top performers rely on routines, habits, and systems that keep them sharp regardless of success. They follow the 80-20 rule, focusing on vital activities and cutting distractions. They practice mental toughness, sticking to plans regardless of emotions. They regularly reflect, adjusting and improving their strategies. If you want to stay ahead, ruthless consistency isn't temporary. It's forever. The ultimate question: who are you becoming? Success isn't a trophy, it's a lifestyle. It's what you live and breathe daily. Ask yourself, are you pushing your limits or settling? Hungry for growth or complacent? Becoming your best or slipping backward? The harsh truth: if you're not growing, you're falling behind. If you're not improving, someone else is. You've reached the end of this book. Now it's time to act. Will you stick to old habits? Or will you build a legendary life that leaves 99% wondering how you did it? The choice is yours, but remember, the greatest never stop, and neither should you. Now go become unstoppable. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our recording, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss any future audiobooks.